checking out today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/darthjacen. Links for this and our Patreon will be in the description below. Hope you enjoy! Alright, here we are for round number 1 of this Pioneer League with mono green ramp. Trying out the build that got a 5-0 last week. I think there's a lot that can be done to make it better, the build, but I want to try out the original build first. That's pretty good. No companion, means is this Winota, mono green? Could be the Band Flyers deck with the Alright. I'd say most likely Winota if I had to wager a guess in the dark. It is just like a group deck. Okay, forest here. Okay, so it's just like a mono green. I guess against Snagger deck we should probably just scry anyway, right? Get this up in value. The fight spell. Alright. And 11, yeah. Well, that was quick. We got off to a good start. 1 into 1 into 2. So definitely want just like generic big dumb idiots. Gnomes are fine, but not. Emmercool's not quite what we're gonna do. They're all fine for sure. One's fine just as a way to like gain some life incidentally, but need to find one of our 1-drops match up. One's pretty good, and a 4. I know I said we need to find one of our 1-drops, but having multiple ramp spells alongside 2 bodies to trade with is pretty good. Oh, collectors, no. Nice, even better. Into play. Turn 3 a Thought-Knot Seer if we want here. Be an Eldrazi deck. Like maybe a deck like this just wants to fill out its mid game with Eldrazi threats instead of just like all in on ramp, but not really sure. Pout collector, basically. So assuming they're almost assuredly going to get at least 1+ on this. Let's get rid of this aspect of the Hydra. Mainly because it lets us control their power toughness pretty well. Like if they find a land, they can't attack without sacking one of these creatures. That's still going to remain true for a while. As long as we don't get aspect. If we had a big thing, we might Pilgrim. Without a big thing guaranteed, I'd rather just get their card in another body. Not bad. So out of the board, Ratchet Bomb's pretty good here. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb's pretty good. Gonna make these all 3s. They can draw a card, but still ends up trading. Trade 9 damage. Here. Take out a 2. Bomb. Vivian, huh? Gain kill thought now. Great for us. Does mean if they attack all out. Up. Everything. Yeah. Get this back. I guess minus for Golos. Get something that blocks this and kill this. We have Golos activation if we get to live. Cards in hand. Worst case, another both kill us. Right, that doesn't kill us. They have one more creature. That's frustrating. Just like one drop, one drop, one drop. Hard to answer. Like we just never drew an Ugin when we had the mana. Try this again, back for round number 2 with mono green ramp. See how we feel about deck. Maybe it's just like needs to have 1-drops to be playable. This hand's fine. We're against Gigantha, so that's almost always going to be Jund, Ascendancy, or Niv. We'll lead on this. Pay our 3 life. Crazy down. There's something like unfortunate about this style of ramp deck, I think, where like you don't have like Maze Mine being your only sort of filter. Not quite enough. You end up down cards. But like Scapeshift decks in Standard that played Grazer had the benefit of like Teferi and 4 mana, put 2 lands into play, and Hydroid Krasis. So like even though you fell behind, you had a lot of ways to like recoup tempo. And like, yeah, things like Visionary and things are reasonable ways, but they don't quite, I think, recoup fast enough. I think Pioneer is mostly a turn 4 or 5 format, so if you're not generating enough value fast enough, you just fall too far behind. So Mountain still could be Jeskai Ascendancy or okay, looks like Jeskai Ascendancy. On land, there's Brutal. We had 2 draws at a land and we missed on both. Now if they just like slam an Ascendancy, we might just die. Might just die. This. Alright. We have an Ugin if we're not dead, but my guess is we're dead. They'd need Sylvan Awakening, a land, and a 1-drop. If they have those 3 cards in their 7-card hand, be able to reasonably expect to kill us here. At least that's where I would put it, as a reasonable expectation. Yeah, Shock here can't be good for us. Oh, is this just an Omnath? Okay. Omnath's pretty fine. Okay, well. I'd like to crack this. Let's get Golos. This. We have 5 for Golos. I want to scry land to the top here. Didn't really care what we drew. I guess we could hour too, depending. Golos is just a better block. Okay, so the best thing they could do is an Omnath there, so that's not too bad for us. And we still have this Ugin in play. Another Omnath. Cycle, sure. They had a land, they could have Awakening to kill Ugin, which is probably fine. Alright, so they had the double land for take that. For Omnath last turn. This. Get Cataracts, play Shrine, and you should be able to cast colorless spells, activate only. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say, we should be able to activate this, but it's not Eldrazi Temple. It doesn't have the or activate abilities of colorless things in the form of activate Eldrazi abilities. We had a blue-red control deck, or mid-range deck in Standard that relied on this and got all the way up to Ulamog. You're just like a removal deck with counter spells and Ulamogs. Alright, so opponent really was relying on that Ascendancy to do much, huh? Can't really chain to the rocks against an Ugin friend. That's... I know it seems like a plan, but it really isn't. It really is not. Okay, well, 2, 4, 5, 6. Try. Don't need the second hour of promise. Just stop on my turn here. I don't really need the blast stone. Land out of my deck, grab the arch. Five. Thanks, Moto. Get it as difficult as possible. Ooh. Cool. Glamour cool action. Get to be the I get to be the Jeskai Ascendancy deck again? Isn't that nice? Scavenger ground. Okay. Huh? Sylvan Awakening. I know they're indestructible, but might as well use time here. Alright, they get another turn. They have to find exactly Ascendancy. Or not Ascendancy, Awakening. Okay, Ascendancy. Planning. I should have shocked and then planninged. I'm not sure what I would have planninged away. Like if I don't play the land at all though, they can't planning into Ascendancy. They still can't, but they could have planninged into Ascendancy into Bruise, whereas now they can't do all of those things and put it, well they can, but they can't find an Awakening, I suppose. Yeah, Bruise number 1. Planning. They can play Ascendancy. They chain to the rocks. Yep. You got the chain to the rocks. They can't play the Jeskai Ascendancy because then we just get to eat it. Hand to hand, sure. We find an Ulamog here. Leave that on top. Nice. Draw. Wow. Great whiff, huh? Get the land, get back the Emrakul. This. Ugh, brutal. Missing on a turn timber there was pretty rough, but at least we got to stone rain them. Maybe it was better. I mean, I guess, yeah, we knew that was on top, but maybe trying to stone rain them twice is better there. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we could have stone rained them twice. Probably just better. Definitely one I thought. Not see your package. Probably don't need these. I guess Grazer lets us go fast, which is a big point of contention in this matchup, since we don't have any counter magic. Damping Sphere. Statue. The two that are best for us. Maybe Encrypt, depending. Alright, I mean, this hand is alright. Axel 1-drop. Maybe this deck just has to play more 1-drops. Like, don't run enough lands, I don't think, to be yeah, you only run 27 lands. I think I'd like to just, like, pump this up, play 4 Elf, or 4 Grazer. Just pump up the jams on that part of the equation. Like, Symbiosis is so big at finding creatures that I don't think you even need to rely on having too many threats anymore. Like, I think I would be fine just relying on 4 of these. I'm playing 3. I don't like that. I mean, I guess, right? They're kind of split as far as threats go. I also don't like there's like 6 creatures, 7 walkers in a Symbiosis deck. I think there's a lot of room for this deck to improve. We have Pilgrimage into Thought-Knot Seer. If we die on 4, we die on 4. There's not a lot other than having a 1-drop that this deck's ever going to do against the turn 4 hands, but against the turn 5 hands, we have much more ability to play. And really sure what I would want to see them have here. I think it's really just limited to, I'd be fine seeing like a tap land. I'd be fine seeing a strategic planning. Okay. Herited's fine. Mainly because, while it's not great for us, it does. I'll put that on top. No, it's not ideal. Guarantees our land drops. Big fan of ensuring this land drop and next drop. Go Karn. Crypt, which doesn't really do anything. Hardened Sphere is fine. Dang, X. Blue green. That was a mistapped. Red, and then there. Don't need Ugin. Need Forest. Trax is fine. Not Steer. Here to Chain to the Rocks. Easiest to combo with, and it allows them to draw an extra card in a much quicker way than we want them to. They drew land. Should tap the carry. No, they're gonna miss out and untap. They should tap the Caryatid. Always tap the Caryatid. I mean, they could do it now, but decided not to keep an extra land untapped. Seems weird. They also played a mountain first instead of holding their land drop for iteration. Unfortunately, double Damping Sphere isn't going to do a lot here. They have double untaps. A lot of good things they could find here. Lands are dead. Awakening gives them a shot. If they find 1-drop Awakening, they probably win. They like most likely they win on 1-drop Awakening. I guess if you find the Awakening, you get 2 more shots at a 1-drop. Yeah. All they need is a 1-drop here to win. Alright, well, land's not a 1-drop. I guess they could have a 2-drop because the way Caryatid is. So, alright, they discard a 1-drop. I'm gonna say that's probably good enough. I'll make them show me one more spell, but should have it here. It just, yeah, okay. Good enough. Yeah, can't interact with the Ascendancies coming down quickly enough. That's real rough. Maybe we do just have to be a Grazer deck to speed it up. The hour's a little bit too slow. I do like Emrakul just on the basis of if they have an Ascendancy and you can like go off hard enough, like in that situation where they have 2 Ascendancies there, right? I could just deck them if I like Emrakul and untap with their turn. But maybe they are gonna be looking for fast enough hands that it's not realistic. I'll take the play. Moto, could you not? Moto, please. Be normal for like once, Moto. Well, this has 3 1-drops, but it also has this Grazer. We could like shock. I don't hate it. It's like in that weird camp where like worst case scenario and best case scenario are not so far apart. Shock, we play Grazer, we put this into play tapped, we untap, we play. Or maybe we just lead on Elf, so we have guaranteed 2 mana, so we can play Tome next turn. That actually might just be better, because if we draw a land, Grazer's good then too. But like even without a land, this is better. We can just like shock, Maze Mind plus Elf. And then like, yeah, this is a dead card, but we'll eventually have more than 1 land in it. Alright, so we hit. This. Alright, we have 5 mana, so we get to go Tome plus draw a card. Caryatid? Or rest. Okay. I like the addition of strategic planning here. It gives you a better 2-drop than expressive, which is much better later. You really don't want to be casting it on 2. Which is like a point of tension in this deck. Love to draw a Golos. Grazer ain't it. Say that. Might be later though. Now we get to just like, if we draw land and then draw another land off Tome. Really don't want to see just slam an Ascendancy here. Probably worst case scenario for us. Yeah, we might just die. 5. If we draw land, we could go grazer, land. This would be tapped. 2, 4, 5, 6. 10 mana. Like, turn 4 having 10 mana is pretty nice, but not fast enough, huh? Impressive. Another planning, sure. Probably have at least one more turn. Ravamnath looking for a land, probably. We have 8 mana. Maybe we just scry instead of drawing a card, looking for World Breaker. Alright, so we still have 7. The chain here is pitch another chain. Alright, so I would say we are almost certainly dead if we don't hit a World Breaker here. I'm just gonna scry on upkeep. Last one's not fast enough. Not gonna do it. 1 off. Brutal. I would suspect we're dead. Pretty heavily. But if we're not, get to World Breaker, kill this Ascendancy. But yeah. I mean, they still have to find a cruise, or well, they have to find an awakening, but they likely have a cruise at least. Getting rid of Aether Gust is fine. Probably means they are just looking for the combo. Do you have it? Cruise to find it. Escape to the Wilds. Well, while that is very good, and doesn't give them the combo. Get to kill this Ascendancy. They will get one more land though. There's the combo. Them not to have a 1-drop here. Could I feel better about it? This on top. Blow up this, blow up this. Where that get? Have to have exactly 1-drop plus land. So 5. Alright, they have the land. I assume they have the 1-drop. Well, no, they need to have, yeah, they still need to have their hand a 1-drop. Or not. Sad that the Escape to the Wilds just gave him everything. So it goes. That's what looking at 5 does. Opter Cruise. Yeah. Him. Alright. That was a closer one, but still not quite there. Alright, here we are back for round number 3. I don't hate this hand. We have quite a few lands. A 4-drop too. Alright. This is new. Yeah, this looks like And both our lands, so even if they do something, we can keep ramping. Not a great look. Something. Yeah. Alright. A command? Red board Razor, huh? Up. Promise. 8. Got plenty of lands here. Yep, comes Niv. Or bring delay for Niv too. Nine. I'm off carry to also pretty good. Wait, well, that one. After the 5. Have the land. Like 5, 7, 8. But this is actually 10 because we have 4 lands to. So something like Bring Delight isn't actually going to do much for you. Play for Valky. Tapping, for sure. More Niv action, I assume. Slaughter game. Sure. Problem is that that's not going to do enough. I mean, it's still a worthwhile conceit. The bullet card would be quite difficult to answer. World Breaker for land. We have Karn. Good enough. Alright, so Thought-Knot's not a bad one. What do our Karn targets look like? Stone Coil, Statue, Golos. That's about it. Not very good. Yeah, I'm not in love with those. Like all our big dumb idiots. Tome might be a bit slow. Be cutting down a Karn, keeping in a Tome, but I think having access to Tome's not a bad idea out of the board anyway. Alright, this hand's pretty good. Get a turn 3 Thought-Knot. Okay. Probably lead on Grazer. Mainly because if they have a Fatal Push, it's relevant if they push Grazer. They have Caryatid. Right. If Thought-Knot. And if they do kill the Elvish Mystic here. Duration looking for land. Hopefully thought not goes a long way. Sure. Wait. Thought not here. So they already have the Valky. I think I'm gonna take the Niv. Hope they miss on land. Because they have 4 colors. So I can't take them off all of them. Well, they hit. Unfortunate. Hitting an untapped land there sucks, but fortunately didn't really have a great out otherwise. Need them to only have 1 major threat instead of 2. Yeah. There. I got rid of D-Spark with there. Oh, if I draw a land, they have a D-Spark for this, but if I draw a land, I could Symbiosis into something good. Fairytid or Valky? Or both? Take thought on here. Need an untap land. K command. Impact that. Uniquely the best card there. Gotta go a little bit faster. Being on the draw there definitely hurt. We're only able to strip 1 card instead of both the threats. And it does something. Not a lot of somethings, but it's something. Desperately want to draw a 1-drop here. Basically any 1-drop. So we can maintain being ahead of curve. Oh, what's the opposite of 1-drop? 13 drop. Need them not to have land, untap land carry. Alright, well at least tap land gives a shot. Well, we're gonna have lands for the rest of time. That's good. 4, we'll have 5, 6, 7. Doesn't do anything for the Clotha. Power. Seven. Next turn we can Arn and get Stone. Can't be an Omnath, and they tapped wrong and played a land. So Water Games, naming World Breaker. Fair. What's gonna get you this time? Fair call. Also just get a goal. Can play it though. Uncoil is just such a deck. Being able to block Omnath and if for practice. I land away from Ugin. Wait. So the best around our deck is the double land, huh? Our game's interactives return into Bring to Light. That would be for them. Omnath. Don't want to hit that land that makes 2 mana for colorless, then we're in great shape. Otherwise, we're kind of in shit shape. Any land does turn on this, so that's that. Our chip shot in. And now we have the Arch online, so we got that going at least. We have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana for creatures, so if we draw land, we're in good shape again. If we miss, we just arch into hopefully finding something relevant. This still tapping. Boom, it's still just Bring to Light. Yeah. We put the white sources. Ulamog, because D-Spark's probably the hardest card for us to answer. Carroted. Yeah, they have another Bring to Light. This. For your draw card, yeah. Draw card next turn. They kept in like Shadow's Verdict. Be bad for us. Otherwise, the Stonecoil is gonna just stonewall this Niv. That were we hit this land, and -2, then we have 1 Golos to get Sanctum. They've already taken the World Breaker. Shadow's Verdict. Bring to Lighting. Okay, can't eat the Stonecoil Serpent. Shadow's Verdict? Did they leave that in against the ramp deck? Well, they would. Do they have an answer to Stonecoil Serpent? Event? Sure. Is this a K command too? Well, I'm gonna draw a card, friend. Alright. Ugin goes down. Question is, do they have the D-Spark in their hand? Well, they have enough white sources that I can't really target any. Just use another Bring to Light. Ooh, we thought not. Grab a close. Need to have exactly D Spark since they used the extinction event already. Close also will just like let us start going. They have the third Bring to Light for Valky here. No, just another Niv. Okay. Vanishing Verse, Scarab God, Dreadbore. Okay, well, none of those do it. Yeah. Well, let's exile half your library. We hit the Valky. We're in great shape. Hit the Valky and a Nahiri and a D-Spark. Those are all gas. Oh, we can get a Shadow Spear next turn. Let's do that. Prep that one. We should just hold the elf in case of a command. I mean, we know they have Dreadbore and a million ways to kill this Golos, but really only care about them killing the Ulamog. So using mana to kill Golos here, which they have to do. Doesn't matter. Okay, iteration. They probably have, if the deck list is similar to before, they might have one Nahiri left in the deck, and that's their only out. And they missed it. Alright. Ulamog, still good. We're able to deal that one back. Up against Falcon. This hand really doesn't do anything. And does a lot more thing. Get rid of the tome. Even though it can smooth out our draw. So. Play Grazer. Makes Fatal Push worse for them and also lets us just block. If they want to spend a removal spell to kill the Grazer, we're fine. Oh boy. Okay. Scary. Love to draw a land. Not drawing a land is a real sign of weakness here. Now we're a Fatal Push away from just getting destroyed. Oh. Oh my. Yeah, just sack a vampire, kill our Elvish Mystic is just about the same as a Fatal Push. Slightly better for us, I suppose. I mean, if we draw a land, we're in... That's not a land, huh? Now this is turning out quite poorly for us. Yeah, we'll take some Demi. Wow, just 4 knights, huh? Block this, make them pump the other one, but 4 Knight of the Ebon Legion, huh? How does this draw ever be like a Shadow's Verdict? Not that that's a magic card anymore. Alright, well next turn we get 2 zombies, and then we get to World Breaker. Probably not good enough, I'll say it. Especially not good now, huh? 6, 8, 10, 11. Blocked, yeah. Alright, alright, alright. You got it, Falcon. We'll die. Alright. This does not seem like a matchup we ever want to run into. Ulamog's not great. Or not Ulamog, Emrakul. Great. These elves are like almost guaranteed to die. One of you. Yeah, we don't even have any real haymakers for Karn. Like, this is one of the problems with like this style of deck. Like, Karn is not doing enough, I don't think. I'll keep this on the back of. They have to have exactly Fatal Push, or we get to play an early hour. Naturally, having 3 lands is pretty good. Thought Knot can do a lot of work too. Like, outsizes a lot of the vampires. We also already have 1 desert, so the second and third desert gives us zombies for free. Like, best draw on our deck is like a Nissa's Pilgrimage here. Really lock up our ramp. Even if they kill this, a Pilgrimage gets us on track pretty reliably. Well, that's gonna take the Thought Nazi. Now we need something good. Heaven Legion. Thinking about Thought Season again. They know our hand. Play cards they know. Alright. Thorin. Goblin. We'll have enough lands that we don't really care. Deserts here is fine, or just getting like value. I think Blast Zone and Arch are fine here. We don't get our zombies, but Blast Zone's a pretty good one. A little awkward with the 1-drop. Alright, we'll blow up Blast Zone here. Yeah, Nazis is in there. Caught our play of the elf friend. Gonna double block. Base some in. 7, 8. 8 mana and 8 permanent. 5 mana, draw 1. World Breaker is just correct. The big old dum-dum that we can buy back when we need to. Much fewer cards that can kill a World Breaker, I think, kill most other things. Especially permanently killing their champion. They're going to 8. Any spell or land turns on this Arch. This, you get the ETB trigger, just not the trigger. So Soren's a pain. Cletus is whatever. In there for 5, friend. Just non-stop bangers, huh? Just non-stop banger. That's minus for 5. Yeah, they saw the line. Whole team goes down. They have a Mutavault and a land, and we have 2 Eldrazi. Sure. So then a Thoughtseize, we're at least going to be accelerating. They don't have a Thoughtseize. They might have a Fatal Push, but don't really care about that. Again, Grazer allows us to not have to care about Fatal Push. Great. Dusk Legion. Anyway, we're 4 lands. Now Grazers are cards again. We have to go land Pilgrimage Home. Thorin. Go blank. They'll get to Pilgrimage. Yes. The next turn we get to turn Timber. Yeah, they might have another go. Don't. Nice. We actually just got to get all our ramp off. Turn 3, 6. Up. Breaker on your land. Have remove 2. Well, that's created a land for a removal spell, and we can always bring back Breaker at a point. Liliana. Well, that's kind of bad for us. Really would have liked to cast this turn Timber. Get 2 Scries at another threat. Three to bring back. Yeah. Get it back. Turn. The Hive. Oh, that's fine. Rigs. Got a minus on Grazer, huh? Keeps coming back. Go. Rather draw a card with it. Certainly fine. No, they're just gonna let it happen. I don't know. Unless they have another Planeswalker in hand, that seems so loose to me. I'm gonna gain 4 life, so it's not like you can like run me over. Alright, you're in there. Let's get a gold. Interact. Been there for 7. Another Zealot. Have to find exactly land Swift or Heartless. Don't. But, get all the forests out of our deck. There. Well, slowly chip away. Hey, we got there. Battling back here. Alright, here we are. Round 5. Let's go. Alright, sounds good, especially in Dolores. Green, black. Okay. I don't think I've seen a Hardened Scales style deck in Pioneer. Gonna draw since we already. Alright. We're not gonna play Spotify. As I say, since we already have the land, I don't really need to pilgrimage yet. Now we have Ugin. We have a threat, and turning on this faster is good. Barring Construct. Okay. Oh, it seems lost in the sauce, I'll say it. Seven. Getting real close here. Ah, alright. Now the sauce looks a lot better. Being a Winding Constrictor deck is a much better look. I mean, yeah, we'll take 2. If you want to make it 3, that's fine too. Yeah, you got a big snake. We got the another Ozlith, sure. We got to blow up a lot of stuff here. Leap, sure. Take our lumps. I get to just slam an Ugin. -2. They'll sacrifice this, flip some cards. That's the wrong color. Oh, Village Rites? Sure. Alright. I need to find vaguely something. That seems pretty good. Barring, sure. Yeah, they have to be counters there. Makes us minus. Alright. Get some more forests out of our deck. Not a lot of lands left in our deck. Karn would be good. Village Rites, sure. 2 cards. Into Polaris to hand. Well, a colorless threat's pretty good here. But we have a couple turns to block. Ulamog would be great. Emrakul would be fine. How's land? Not quite it, huh? Ugh. Go Luris, Sparring Construct, or Shambler, or what? Or probably just Constrictor, right? We get to kill Luris, which is nice. Ulamog, Emrakul, Symbiosis, even Karn here would be fine. They have well and truly reached Tribute, right? If you play Constrictor, I just like am forced to -3. Well, now I'm not. This can just take 2 and then I can block and kill this. The Fatal Push? Another Constrictor. Sure. Even more likelihood now that I get to just minus for value. And this has soaked a ton of damage, so doing what it has to. We have a lot of good draws still. Like every turn we're gonna have good draws is kind of the weird part. Hanger back for sure. Like Ulamog just ends the game. For 2. This. Go with Emrakul. They drew the leap. Are you? All right. All right. Has trample though, so at least there's that. At 9, but still have this picking up. You have to put the hanger back. Oh. Hold on. 9, 13, 4. Alright, well, let's start here. -16 -9 is 5. They have to take 1 to sack this. Then we bolt them. Yeah, they figured out the math. Not playing the second Oasis earlier hurt us there, but with the Ugin we had it either way. Barf. They got churning real fast. Alright, definitely think we want that knots. Just like lower the curve a little. Definitely want these. The Maze Mind Tomes probably come out. They're more a Hardened Scales deck or an artifact active. Oh, this is a no-go. Much better. Get rid of this hour. I think if we draw 1 to 2 lands, we're pretty happy with this hand. Well, I think, I mean, Golos would get us 1 of the lands. Need to draw 2 lands. I think our it's the same thing, right? 1/5 drop or the other. Both require us to find a land or 2 here. Pilgrimage would be the best draw in our deck. Well, we have the Thought Not Guaranteed. That's fine. Would still very much like to post combat play of another Siphoner or a walking or a hanger back. Say walking ballista, but that to heal out. Yeah, get rid of this village right ASAP. Alright, well, they get to draw a card. Fortunate land. Okay, so that hanger back X. We can double block this glint sleeve now. Yep. Just gonna pump up the jams. back for 1, continue to pop up. Okay, well. Now any land turns on Cataracts. So we could have gotten Garenbrig and cast World Breaker, but I'm not in that big of a rush to cast World Breaker. I think we can wait to find any land to be able to adequately activate Golos. Any land turns on World Breaker, any land turns on Golos. Good enough. Blur's to hand. Still can't get there. That's a good land for sure. We just start doing this. Six. Ah, it was... Let's exile a hanger over here. I think we just want any land to turn on Golos. Like, it's not a very high barrier to entry to say, let's draw a land. As soon as Golos is turned on, then we really just start spinning our wheels. And we know. Last card. 9. Court. Well, again, they get to pump up the jams, but we have a 4/4, a 3/5, a 5/7, and an 0/3 that can jump, so just keep pumping. 5 and taps to activate. Time for the Luris. Another hanger backwalker. Serpent. Serpent ain't gonna do it for you. Back. World Breaker. Gonna mill them out. That's our plan here. Seven, 8, 10. Time for Luris, sure. Uh, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Little Emrakul. Yeah. You're up. You got me. A big fatal push. Attack. Back for money. Wow. So from 0-2, we were able to scrape our way back, beating vampires from Falcon, and then this interesting Oculus deck, but hey, we scraped our way back, and to be honest, my takeaway from this deck is that the power level is close, the build is not where I'd want it to be. I think if you took this and built it much differently, I think you'd be much happier with it. So maybe that's something I'll mess with this week. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you did, please like or subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a comment down below. I promise not to read it. Until next time.